Good day, Terrarians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 15 of my Expert Mode Blind playthrough. Last time, we did some digging around the Crimson to try to protect our underground jungle when we hit hard mode. Today, I would like to get into that underground jungle in that hive we found last time specifically, so that we can take on the bee boss. We saw her in her pupae? Her chrysalis. And we're going to work on building a little arena around her and fighting her. But first, some fun stuff. I spent a bunch of time in the desert because I needed more antlion mandibles for my miner's potions. The diggy ones that let me do all of this in a somewhat reasonable amount of time. And while I was hanging around in the desert, I realized they only spawn in the underground portion of the desert where the back wall shows for the underground desert kind of area. So I went digging around, checking out the caverns. Didn't find much of note, but I got a whole bunch of these desert fossils. And the desert fossils are used in the extractinator just like the slush and the silt. When you use desert fossils, you have a much higher chance of getting amber than you otherwise normally would, and you can also get these blocks called sturdy fossils, which you can see some of those popping up. Now, this is a lot of blocks to go through, this 900 odd desert fossils. However, I have noticed that it seems to use the block placement animation, and if you grab your faster building gear, I've been doing some work on this, by the way. I'll show it off in a little while when we got another special task we need to take care of before we head down into the jungle. All right, let's see. We're going to grab our faster builder placement gear, and we're going to grab one of our builder potions, and we're going to see if we can speed through this 911 blocks of desert fossil. And if so, then we'll also go through the few hundred slush and silt that we have. There we are. Builder potion. Increase placement speed. Lucky tool belt. Increase block. Oh, is that only range? Yeah, that's only range. Huh, I guess the tool belt's not going to help. But the Architect Gizmo Pack definitely increases block placement speed. So between the two, let's find out. Yeah, that seems like it's going a lot faster than it was without these. That's pretty great. Well, actually, hang on. Maybe I can time it. Every minute in world is a second out of world. So we're going to see how far we can get in 60 seconds starting at 11:10. I'm at 760 now. We're going to go to 12:10 with these buffs on just to see what we can figure out. Alright, so we went through 360 of the blocks with the pack and the buff. I should have done this in the other order, but oh well. And now we're going to start at 12:25 and go another 60 seconds and see if we can go through another 360 or if it will be less than that. We went through exactly 360. So no, your block placement speed bonuses don't help. And I have generated one single diamond so far. That's a little maddening. Oh well. So yeah, your extractinator is not your good source of diamonds. You will go through thousands of blocks without getting a whole lot in the way of diamonds. In general, there's just no good way to get lots of diamonds, I think. That's gonna be frustrating when I very specifically want diamonds for this build. And I've never seen them. Ooh, gold butterfly. Gold butterfly. Butterfly net. Sorry, distraction. Must collect butterfly. Ha 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 ha, got it. You, my friend, are gonna hang out in my banner chest with my gold squirrel. I almost got a gold bunny the other day, but he got away. He despawned before I could get my butterfly net out. We are going to eventually make terrariums for all of those creatures and keep them in a little menagerie, but For now, they can just hang out in a box. Because a box is as good as anywhere else for them at this time. So this has been pretty good money, over a platinum just from sifting through a few thousand blocks, and it's pretty quick to gather a few thousand blocks. The slow part of this actually seems to be the processing time, and then the sorting afterward is going to be a bit murderous. But what can you do? Live with it, right? First things first, let's get rid of all the money bit. Yeah, that's nice. Back over a plat. Happy place to be. And next, we can deposit most of the ore and such in one swell foop, as well as the gold and iron up there. Nice. Alright, so now in our mining chest, we're going to have an overabundance of... Oh yeah, that's right, ore stacks up to 999 now. That is a significant difference. That makes a... Ooh, 2 diamond. That's nice. That helps a bit. And then the sturdy fossils. Those are a crafting material that you can use to make a special armor set. The fossil helmet, and as you can... A fossil helmet, fossil plate, and fossil greaves. As you can see, these are centered around throwing weapons, and the fossils also allow you to create some throwing weapons. You can also use 15 fossils and 8 amber to create a 22 magic damage amber staff, which is second to, well, it's the 3rd most damaging staff you can create. A little bit worse than the ruby and the diamond staves, but ruby and diamond is a lot more rare than amber. It's pretty easy to get a lot of amber. Problem is, by the time you're able to easily survive the underground desert and farm a lot of this ore, the strange fossils that is, you're going to have the ability to probably kick the butt of anything that this particular staff would be useful against. I'm going to make one just for, you know, posterity or something, but yeah. Actually, I'm going to make a whole bunch of that stuff. Here we go. Because I want to see the fossil gear, and I bet it's going to look pretty neat. There is a cool pet that you can get from sifting the... extractinating the... Actually, hang on. Where do I need to craft that? That staff. Because I didn't see it popping up just there. And I might be blind. That is a possibility. But I might not... Am I just out? Did I go through all my fossils? No, I have 30 more. Staff requires anvil. Okay, that makes sense then. That's why I can't find it. It's a weird place to craft with fossils and an anvil, but hey, why not? Craft the... Do I not have enough amber? Oh, I quick deposited all of my amber. There's the problem. Well, there's your problem. It went into the potion materials chest, because amber is an important ingredient in one of the potion materials that I use. I mean, one of the potions that I use. I think one of the find things potions, but I can't honestly remember at this time. There we go. Amber staff. And you can reforge this. As you can see, it just fires a pretty basic, straight up bolt of magic. Sounds kind of neat. And it does pierce a little bit, so... I mean, maybe if it had Mythic, it would be better than the Water Bolt at a line of enemies, and you don't have anything to bounce it off of. I don't know. Let's find out which one... Let's see if we can get Mythic at a reasonable cost on this thing. Maybe it still has some utility, and I'm... Forceful, damaged, forceful, ruthless. Clearly, reasonable price. Ooh, celestial. Nope. Reasonable price isn't going to happen. Godly. Almost. Unpleasant. Ruthless. Manic. Godly again. Demonic. Almost. Almost. Glad this thing is cheap to reforge. Because I am not getting lucky. Mr. I'm going to take all of your money and laugh at you forever is doing terrible, terrible things to my money supply. This thing can get mythical, right? I mean, mythical and celestial have all of the same modifiers on them, so it should be able to. quick, annoying, strong, ruthless, ignorant, mythical. There we go. All right, so it actually hits harder and uses less mana than the water bolt for single target damage. The water bolt fires about like that. The staff fires significantly slower and does not bounce. Well, let's go find some enemies and find out. Actually, you know what we can do? We can finally make one of those neat blocks that we have had access to that we haven't bothered making yet. We'll make a few of them, really. Over at Sawmill, we're going to go ahead and make 3 of the target dummy, maybe? Hang on, I need to look up the recipe. I don't remember what it is. That's right, target dummies require hay, and hay requires a sickle. And the sickle you buy from the merchant, and then you go whack grass with it. So let's go grab the well, I'm on 150-ish hay, actually. Sickle. Legendary sickle. Nice. But yeah, you just whack tall grass, you get hay. It's really easy to get a lot of it. In fact, I'm already a third of the way towards my target. Yeah, we're already over halfway. And I think now we should be about done. And in fact, the sickle should be strong enough even to take out a couple of zombies. It's not going to do great for you, but if you've got a nice long single target place like this, it'll be easy to go through a bunch of grass and get some hay. And on the way back, you can get even more. Nice. But yeah, it's a real quick process to get bits of it. It can be used as a building material, but it might not be the prettiest thing in the world. I guess there's definitely some creative potential with the hay. I mean, you can make hay walls. I imagine that if you build a bunch of it, you could get like hay bale looking things. There's some options. My entire preference here was the target dummy. I wanted to get 5 of these together right now because I have the hay to do so. We're going to take these upstairs and we're going to put them in one of the rooms in the Sky Castle. And that will be our little practice room. We'll have to do a makeover in there and make it like a nice little dojo or something sometime. But for now, it's just going to be over in the corner here. And slime's falling from the sky. That's cool. Now, the downside of the setup that I have going on here is the wooden beams prevent you from placing foreground objects in front of them. It's an issue. Alright, so we're going to give the Amber Staff its shot first. Oh, it does not pierce all that well, does it? It's only hitting 2 targets. It's doing like 150-ish. And then the Water Bolt, let's just wait for the mana to regen. This is with a wall behind it. Yeah, that's not even a comparison. Wow. Alright then. Well, there's one other potential comparison to make here. Let's put a target dummy here, so that we can stand here and get a single target going on. Yep, it's only hitting once. That's doing very little damage. And then the water bolt on the single target without bouncing is doing about double. And once things start bouncing back, well, now it's hitting the entire line and things get redonkulous. And then, if you really want to see where the water bolt shines, you need to put a couple of walls like this, and then try to fire as levelly as possible, which I'm terrible at. Wow, I'm really terrible at. That was awful. Let's see if we can do better. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, you know what? Here, this is how you really maximize what the water bolt can do. If you don't care about, like, getting hit, you can build yourself just a little box and let things bounce around and do a lot of damage. Like so. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Anyway, good times, good times. I'm gonna clean up this slime this slime rain, kill the king slime, because, you know, it's fun and it's a lot of money. So, once that's done, then I shall... You know what? I should check out what the yo-yo can do sometime. With the accessory equipped, because for some reason I'm still using my lucky tool belt, because I'm a derp! Anyway, we're gonna get this, slime rain cleaned up, and then once that's done, I'll be back. We'll work on a couple of other things, especially that, other build up top here. I just wanted to go through extractinating all of those goodies with you, and the stuff you could make with that. See you soon. Alright, folks, as promised, let's do a little bit of a tour. As you can see, I've got myself a full wall around the castle now to prevent most spawns from happening, and I've started to build the Hall of Armor. It's going to document my travels through with the armor set and most used weapon with that armor set. The next one I'll be putting on there will be my Crimson set and the mythical water bolt, as it has definitely been my most used weapon in the Crimson armor. Also, I crafted up the fossil armor just to get a good look at it. Up top here, well, these two floors I'm still working on. I believe this is going to be storage, and this is going to be like kind of a training dojo. Gonna get the arms dealer in here eventually. Here I've got the, well, the hotel, the apartments, whatever you would like to call it, with most of the less combat capable and more aesthetic type NPCs that I've unlocked thus far. I will probably not be subdividing this any further, and will likely over time be expanding on the various areas and building some of these people their own places. Like the dye merchant, the clothier, the stylist, and the painter would all make sense going into a nice little, like, services area. I want to get the merchant his own little stall built somewhere. And up here is going to be my place, and also where I'm going to stick the nurse once I have that all set up. And also, well, I mean, need to get the rest of these lamps down the side. And I want to do something a little different with the roof. I mean, it works-ish, but I can break it up with something like an eave right here or something, and it's a work in progress. I'm pretty happy with where things are going. I brought that one bit of honey back with me, and I've been duplicating it slowly. And as you can see off to the side, whoops, sorry, Mr. Bunny, I have built a granite bunker, which I need to paint. You know what? Let's play with some paint. Why don't we? I don't know. I'm sure that I'm alone in this, but I think that this is coming out kind of cool. I'm enjoying the visual effect that is being created here for this highly hazardous room of Tinker mechanical experimentation. Yeah. Alright, I'll finish this up some other time on my own. Just wanted to show you what I was doing with that. We've got more important things to work on. Specifically, I want to set up a system above this room that is going to allow us to farm a number of very useful materials. Let me put my paints away before they become a problem. Man, that ends up kind of psychedelic too, but that's, you know, exactly as it should be. Like, it's hazard area. You gotta be careful in there. So, what I've done is I have purchased from the mechanic a wrench, a wire cutter, and a whole bunch of wire. And I've moved some of my normal ores up here to go with my furnace and my anvil. As you can see, the tinker lives here, and the mechanic there, and the demolition is there. I'm going to now craft for myself multiple inlet and outlet pumps. I need 4 of each, and I have 4 of the outlet there, and I've already made 3 inlet just to kind of test placement and figure out exactly how I was going to build this. And I've decided I'm going to build it out of this amethyst gemspark block, which is made from 1 amethyst and a pile of glass. Because it's just, well, I mean, look at the color, and it lights itself up. What's not to love? Really? Riddle me that. So the plan here is to create a system that is going to be able to create obsidian, honey blocks, and crispy honey blocks. And the way that's going to work is obsidian is created when lava and water meet. Honey blocks are created 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Well, I want a wall. Yeah, I want a wall. There we go. Honey blocks are created when honey and water meet, and the crispy honey blocks are created when lava and honey meet. So what we're going to do, for the water of both of these, we're going to, actually, not right there. We're going to have inlet pumps here and here, and we're going to have these be part of our system. These are going to create water basically out of thin air for us. And this is going to be the top of the little container because we're not going to need a ton of space for it, as we're going to be constantly creating more. I mean, there's not a whole lot of reason to stock up a whole bunch of water and lava and honey. And if we really want to, we can always extend these taller. There. Actually, I really like these gem spark blocks. These seem like they're a pixel artist's dream. And then we're going to put an outlet pump here. And the plan is to leave just a couple of spaces of room so that there's enough area for the water to, you know, fall and do its thing. There we go. And then down here, we're going to stop the water there. And this is going to be an opening because here is where our lava is going to be created. We're going to have an inlet pump right there. And we're going to need an outlet pump up above. But we can have that coming up here. And have it right there. And we're going to run a little bit more of the gem spark. Close that off. Now, we're actually not going to get the outlet pumps just yet, because we need to prime these pumps before we can actually start running them. They need to have a bit of whatever liquid of choice that we're using in them already set up and good to go. We're going to block that off. Actually, you know what? We can go a layer down on that, can't we? Yes. That'll be a bit better. And we put that inlet right here-ish. Yeah, that'll do. Now, for the time being, we're going to block off this inlet, and we're going to work on getting the honey tank set up. Now, the reason we have the lava going into the water here is you want the more viscous fluid to fall into the less viscous fluid, because the block that is generated from it will stay in the same spot, meaning you have to move around less when you're mining. You don't have to move your mouse. You can literally just leave it on a spot and let it hold the button down. A lot easier, in my opinion anyway. We're going to get our honey. Now, the honey, we're not going to need the prime in quite the same way, so we're going to go ahead and get our outlet pump set up. We already have a small stock of honey over there, and I'm hoping it'll be enough to get the pump primed. The honey is going to be falling into the lava over here. So, we want to allow that to happen, and we definitely want to get our inlet pump set up, because the honey is also going to be falling into the, what's it called? The water? Yeah. Falling into the water, too. There, put our inlet here. And we're going to have a little honey reservoir built up so that we can never use up so much honey that it can't generate more, because this will always fall into here first, especially if we put a block like so. And that way we'll keep our honey ready to go. We won't have to worry about it. This guy's going to need to go I need to make sure I block off enough space for the water. Like, yeah, like that. That'll do. And then the water's going to come underneath here. The honey can flow out there and into the water. Right there, right through that spot. Now, the reason I'm blocking the water off like this in particular is because I'm going to flow the honey that we have over this little bridgeway that I'm making right now, as opposed to trying to carry it over bucket by bucket. We're just going to break some blocks and let it slowly, viscously ooze over here. But before we do that, let's get the first water pump primed. We're going to do that by grabbing a bucket of water from, wherever. I think I've got my very small mushroom farm, because it turned out that I was gaining regular mushroom faster than I was using them anyway, so I never actually bothered finishing that. And let's get some light on the situation. Ow. Now, when I say prime the pump, what I mean is we need the inlet pump to be entirely covered. It needs to be 2 blocks deep. It is possible to use too much, which is why on the lava side of the equation, excuse me for a moment, bad demon eye. On the lava side of the equation, we're actually going to get in there. Oops. Goodies. And we're going to do that. I'm not worried about the lava going down in here, but it is very possible to use up too much lava when you're mining obsidian. So I want to avoid that. Want to make sure that that can't happen. Speaking of lava, oh, you know what? We've got a little extra water. We'll put it there for now. Speaking of lava, we need to grab the block that we mined up earlier. We can cover that dirt back up. There we go. And now we can start the relatively slow and painstaking process of priming the lava pump. We're going to need to get a good bit of lava in there. Ooh, actually, before we go any further... Oh, actually, I forgot. They buffed the wrench, so it's now plus 20 range. We'll be fine. We don't need to worry about that. Oh, this is slow. Very, very slow. Anyway, you get the idea. We need to get the lava overflowing over the top of that before we can actually do the pumping bit. And you know what? Just to make life a little easier on myself, we're gonna raise that by 1 block on each side. Well, on that side for now, because that should stop the honey from trying to fall into here before... Well, actually, no, it can't. If the honey overwhelms the pump, that's fine. We're winning. Now, it might seem odd that we're going to be able to, like, create infinite liquid out of a pump, but through some ascended glitch in the game, the pumps create more liquid when they draw in than, like, when an outlet pump pumps out, it pumps out more liquid than was drawn into it. It's weird, it's strange, I don't understand it fully, but I also try not to argue. There we go. Now you can see we have our first bit of obsidian having been created from the lava falling into the water. Now we can get our outlet pump right here. And we are going to use now our blue wrench to connect the inlet pump down there with blue wire up to the outlet pump right above it. And we're going to do the same thing right here for this water. We're going to put the outlet pump here. There we go. And we'll do the same thing over here for the honey. Now, this blue wire will only be visible when I'm holding the wrench or the wire cutters. Otherwise, it's invisible. The other thing that I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to make one more type of block with this wire using a bunch of lead. And I don't even know if I have enough lead. It's called a timer, and I don't remember the exact recipe for it. The timer is made with... Oh, that's right. I need to use a gold watch for each timer. So, the first thing I'm going to need to do is craft some chains. Then, I'll be able to make... I'm going to want 4 timers at the moment, so 4 gold watches. I have plenty of gold. Oh, but I need to take the... I need the table and chair, so we're going to have to go ahead and grab our gold out of here. Take it with us. Over to the table and chair. Now, we can... Oh, that's not a table, that's a work table. I don't know if I have a regular table set up anywhere in this structure. No, they're all work tables. Huh. Well, that's an easy enough fix. We're gonna go ahead and... Actually, you know what? We'll change out one of the work tables in one of these rooms for it, I think. Maybe? Because this is very much a mechanic thing, so the mechanics room should have the ability to make the mechanic items, as far as I'm concerned. That's an aesthetic choice of mine. There. Now all I need to do is go get some more granite, which is downstairs. Hold 1. Wow. Things are getting a little laggy. It's not happy with me streaming and recording at the same time, I imagine. Moving at those speeds, at least. And it's in the blocks. This is my smooth granite. Now I can use that on a crafting station to create a granite table. Excellent. And while we're right here, since there's a table and chair right next to me, we'll go ahead and make our gold watches. 1. Oh, that's right. They don't stack. 2, 3, 4. Now with those at... Oh. Ooh, that was a big lag spike, huh? Yeah. What's up with that? What is going on, computer? Uh-oh. I think I'm running out of space. Let me take care of this. Alright, folks, it's official. I have been recording too much Terraria. I ran myself right out of hard disk space. Anyway, while I was waiting for things to copy so that I could delete some files and make some room for this to happen, I went ahead and I got the honey moved over. Ooh, you can see my first crispy honey block. Yay, exciting. And actually, I'm gonna need to... Uh-oh, I did not prime this pump yet. So, hang on, we need to fix that. That can't be a wire. Oh, right, I cut a wire, I forgot. We're gonna get this primed up, but before we do that, so that I can show you how this is gonna function, let's go ahead and craft up those timers. It's going to use a gold watch and a piece of wire at an anvil to make a 1-second timer. I'm going to go ahead and make 6 of these. Now, they can be placed anywhere on a block. They are part of the background, and you can turn them on and off. When they are on, they will send a pulse on any nearby wire every second. I think I can place them under blocks as well. No, I cannot. That's okay. I don't mind having them on the ground. They're a background object. It's not a problem. And they're going to be nice and spread apart. Now, if I want to get really fancy after this, well, I'll show you. We'll do the fancy after. Oops. Why we have wire cutters. As you can see, the wire looks red. It's being painted blue by the wrench. This is because, well, there's multiple colors of potential wire that you can use, which could be very helpful. And you need to go to there. All right, now, if I were to right-click this timer, it'll turn on, and this will begin pumping. It's going to pull water out of where it's at, send it to the pump up there, and in the process, create extra water every single time. So it does seem to be doing something weird with the gem spark blocks. We're going to go ahead and start the lava pump in the same way. I don't really understand what it's doing with the gem spark blocks, but whatever. Now, the lava pump is less efficient because less of the lava has a chance to get out of the way before the next pulse goes up there. And I'm not sure if there's much that can be done about that. Actually, yeah. Yeah, there is. I've got an idea already. And I'll apply this to the honey as well. So what we're going to do, instead of having the lava right there, we're going to move it over just the one space. There. Oh, I know what's going on. The gem spark blocks can be turned on and off by the wire that's running through them. That's fancy and clever. I like it a lot. Anyway, this should let the lava have a little bit more room to flow out because it can flow out on both sides. So let's see if that works any better. Yep, that's working significantly better and it's going to fill up quite a bit faster. Same thing's going to happen with the honey, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to get this water situation taken care of first. You know what? That's actually enough. We're good. Now we can go ahead and get that down and start you up. And it's going to take a minute, but the pump's primed enough that it will start working. Weird. I did not know that about the gem spark blocks. That's pretty cool, actually. And yeah, that's just going to take a bit. And now we can get the honey going. That's really going to take a while to start generating extra. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Huh. I might not want to do 1 second on the honey. I might want to go make a 3 or 5 second timer. Because that stuff moves slow. Like, well, I mean slow like honey, I guess. Alright, let's get in there. And let's, move you. You are actually wide enough for me to do the thing I'm thinking. Aren't you? Almost. Yeah, we'll set it like that then. No, we'll go one more over. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's going to be a 2 on one side and a 3 on the other. It's just a fact. So, to avoid the maximum amount of rewiring, we'll just put it there. And I think that the one circuit is just not going to function in a friendly way with the honey. Bit of a shame, that. Let's see if it starts filling up. In the meantime, I'm going to start working on a couple of those 3-second timers, which you've used silver watches instead. Give myself 20 of those. And I still have some chains in my inventory. Pop up here, and I thought I had chains. Nope, I must have tossed them into obscure components. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely going to need the 3-second silver watch ones instead. Now come down to the anvil, and 3-second timers. Excellent. Let's just get rid of you and you, and put these 3-second timers in their place. See if those function a little bit better. The water can run just fine on the 1-second timer. It doesn't matter. But the honey seems to be having some serious issues. Lava's working out pretty well. So now that we've got our lava flowing at a good clip, well, we can empty it out by mining a bunch of obsidian. This is the reason you might want to have a whole lot more capacity to your lava tank, because you'll be able to mine the obsidian a lot faster than you will be able to make the lava. The honey timer is still having issues. Let it finish flow. Yeah, it's just, it flows so slow. It really is an issue. I don't know what to do about that except try to make the slowest possible timer for the honey. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to work on tweaking the honey some in my spare time and see if there's, I don't know what exactly I'm going to do about it, but there's got to be some solution to this. So, yeah. The real big reason for this is I wanted an infinite supply of obsidian. Not that it was super necessary, but I'm going to want to be using the obsidian in some very important potions in the future. Also, I want to make myself a new accessory. Twice. Which I can't quite seem to find the... Hang on, let's go ask the guide. It's what he's there for, right? Bum, bum, Hello, Cole. Tell me, what can I craft with my obsidian? Well, there's demon torches, the obsidian skin potion, bottled water, fire blossom, we're gonna have to find some of that, water leaf and obsidian, obsidian chests, ooh, obsidian does, obsidian outlaw helmet, obsidian long coat, and obsidian pants. That's new to me, I'm definitely gonna have to craft that up. Obsidian armor, neat. But the important part, the obsidian skull. Made it the furnace with 20 obsidian. So that's the whole reason I wanted to be able to generate lots of obsidian was the potions and the skull. And the reason I want the skull, head over to my furnace, get one crafted. There it is. Obsidian skull plus intrepid cobalt shield at the tinker's table, which I don't have one here. Boy, I need to fix that. I'm not even going to bother going to buy one. I'm just going to, going to collect the one I have. I'm just going to buy another. Anyway, this allows me to create the obsidian shield, which has 2 defense for an accessory, and gives immunity to fire blocks and knockback, which is great. I will also be able to create, let's see, where's my other obsidian? I know I have more, just don't know where I tucked it for now. Rare materials. I've generated quite a bit of it during my normal mining operations. So we're going to make another one of those obsidian skulls, and we're going to combine that at the tinker's table with the water walking boots to make the obsidian water walking boots, allowing me to walk on water and provide immunity to fire blocks. Now, that's not very good on its own, but when it's combined with a certain other item known as the lava charm, it will allow us to create something that will be extremely useful, the lava waders. The lava charm gives 7 seconds of immunity to lava, but the lava waders is immunity to fire blocks and 7 seconds of immunity to lava, but more importantly, the ability to walk on water and lava. Whereas the obsidian water walking boots does not allow us to walk on top of lava. So that's pretty cool. Alright. Between this episode and next, because I took a lot longer building this creation station than I wanted to. By the way, the reason I wanted these, the crisp honey blocks are going to be used to make fishing potions, and the normal honey blocks are going to be used to create the Abeemination, which is the summon item for the Queen Bee, because I'm probably going to want to fight her more than once. And the fishing potions are just going to be a great way to get a lot of crates before we go into hard mode. So, between this episode and next, I will get over there to where I showed you the bee, and I will go ahead and construct that arena, and we will start the next episode by fighting her, and likely dying, because, well, I mean, you saw my take on Skeletron, it went poorly for me. Hopefully, she will be considerably easier than Skeletron. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please leave a thumbs up and tell me what you liked. If not, leave a thumbs down and tell me what I can do better. If you don't tell me what I can do better, then I won't know what you didn't like about it, so I'll end up having to disregard that thumbs down because without feedback, I can't improve. Either way, if you would like to see more of my videos in the future, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.